we talked about what are the 4 real ways you can make a living doing what you love. We talked about how you can make it. Sometimes you can make the thing, like you can make the painting, you can write the song, you can create the screenplay. Then we talked about how you could teach it. You could teach baking, you could teach painting, you could teach songwriting, you could teach dance. Then we talked about how you could enable it. If you're not the person who's going to take the pictures, but you love photography, you could just create evenings where people could come together at galleries and you could find ways of just being a connoisseur of something. And by enabling something, you can make a living and just enjoy it and just be a connoisseur and just be a fan of it. And you could make a living creating, like Chris said, there was a guy who created poetry slams and he would just bring people together and he was making some extra money doing that. And there have been so many people who've done that. And the 4th thing is you could decipher something. Maybe you're not teaching it, maybe you're not making it, maybe you're not enabling it, but maybe you're the person who's just really interested in fashion, and so you want to discuss it, you want to talk, you want to start a blog about it, you want to start conversations about it, whatever your interests are, whether it's food, if it's dance, whatever your interests are, just deciphering things. I thought that was
Hey everyone, this is Angie Lee with another Tech Tuesday, and today I just wanted to talk casually about this challenge that I've observed and was really surprised by. Anita Borg Institute, who sponsors the Grace Hopper Celebration of Women in Computing, which I'm very fond of. It's a fun, lively event, tons of women in industry. And when you go to things like that, you get some kind of like blinders, like a horse drawn to a carriage, right? You see all these women, you see all the excitement, and you're like, man, this is such a strong, supportive community. It can maybe put your blinders on to the problem, because I was really surprised and disappointed to see that the stats released from the General Accounting Office, GAO, from 2017 show a significant decline in women in computer science and technical roles. So when this first prediction came out, and a goal set from Anita Borg in 1995 was to get 50% or equal representation, 50 female, 50 male, by the year 2020 in technical roles. And when that message or that goal was defined in her speech, there were 37% female computer scientists, and that was 25 years off. Right? And then in 2017, that number dropped to 23%. And even from the years before then, 2005, 2015, it was 22%. So steady, pretty steady at 22, and just a little tiny spike at 23. Not even a spike, like a bump. But that drop is very sharp, and it's just very disappointing to see and experience so much excitement, to be involved with a community that's supportive online, and then see this report come out. You know, there's no denying these statistics. So what you can do based off of the findings from, or not the findings, but from these steps and these guidelines from Kathy Heller, who I love on this podcast. I highly recommend it. It's called Don't Keep Your Day Job. Even if you're not looking into freelance or being self-employed, it's a great resource for self-development, for growth, for professional development, and things like that. And she has a great voice, lots of energy, and it's an easy listen because you can just go about your day and do laundry or like wash dishes, things like that. So her ideas are that you can just do it. So these are my recommendations and an interpretation from Kathy Heller and how you can address this problem. Whether you're male or female, and how to make improvements to a shared goal to increasingly get to that 50-50. I don't know what the prediction is now at the slow rate it's going, and it's going to take a lot of rallying, because if that number stays steady or maybe even perhaps declines even further, it's just really disappointing and shows that in technology we're going to be going in a negative direction for development and for creativity, for ideas, because statistics show that when there's equal representation, more diversity at the table, more diverse hands helping develop a product, then you ultimately get a better product. All right, so number one, you can just do it. If you are considering learning development or picking up a new skill, just start. I've talked about several tools, and you can find many options online that are free: Code Academy, Team Treehouse, Lynda, Skillshare, I guess. I haven't really dug into Skillshare. I'm sure there are a lot of development tools there as well. So many of those tools are free or inexpensive, and especially worth the money if you're looking to do this professionally so that you can build a project and add it to your portfolio. So that's doing it. And then the other one is that you can teach it. Maybe you've completed or you feel you're self-taught and you feel pretty confident in your skills, then you're able to share those techniques, share the foundational learnings, maybe walk through your code with anyone that's willing to listen or is interested. You can even twist it into something that's fun, like maybe you programmed a Arduino or a Raspberry Pi and made a really cool vending machine. I've seen videos on that where you can make a vending machine, a functional vending machine out of cardboard, an Arduino, little spiky things, and you put in a coin, and so there's two wires very close, about the width of a allowing the width of a quarter to pass through. Where's my fingers? Right, so it's very tiny, and then when you put the coin in, the coin is conductive, so then it closes the gate and then makes the choice valid. So it's like, okay, you paid, you have one I don't know, one item you can select, and then you press the select button, and it doesn't even have to be stocked with real stuff, but you can see the thing spinning and the motor spinning, and that is really a fun project. Like, I want to do more projects like that. Anyway, so if you do that and you show someone, you get them excited about technology and the things that you can do with inexpensive materials and with programming in a simple, tiny little computer, then it can inspire them to pick up things, maybe learn some more stuff about coding or about technology and digital electronics. So that's teaching. And then the other one is deciphering. So I think that's kind of like the space that I am in, is opening up conversations about technology, sharing what I know in the digital space, and being part of communities and having that conversation continue to go on. And then the last bit is to enable it. If you have colleagues or friends who want to learn, just do that extra push and say, all right, well, I'm gonna order the pizza on this date. You guys come, we'll watch a tutorial together, bring your laptops, I've got the space, we'll be at the kitchen table, and let's just knock this out together in an hour and a half, and then afterwards we can watch something on Netflix or Hulu, right? So that's being an enabler in a small capacity. So those are 4 concrete ways that you can support this mission of getting 50% equal representation in STEM fields and technology fields. It's actually not STEM. I misspoke there, because a lot of other industries in STEM, like science and mathematics, don't face this problem. Something in particular about technical roles is causing this decline. And then there's a lot of like stereotypes potentially that might be adding to this conversation. Maybe, you know, I don't know. I'm gonna leave it up to you guys. If you want to share your opinions about why this might be a problem, we can continue to talk about this. But what I wanted to share and get across in my message here today on this Tech Tuesday is that there are 4 action items that you can do to support this cause, to inspire women to work in technology, and to bump those numbers up, because what we're seeing is it going down, 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 and that's exactly the opposite of what we want to happen. All right, so thanks so much. If you are not subscribed, please subscribe. I'm going to be posting videos like this every Tuesday. All right, talk to you later. Bye.